Some stories begin with blood. This one begins with forgiveness. A woman who believed grace could heal what violence destroyed, and the man she believed had changed. But on the banks of Horseshoe Lake, Arkansas, forgiveness became the beginning, not the end, of tragedy. Because sometimes mercy can invite the very evil it hopes to redeem. The water here remembers everything: fire and smoke, footsteps and screams, and a promise that should never have been broken. This is Timeline Unfolded, where every story, every name, finds its truth. Before the smoke, before the screams, there was grace. There was a family. There was Horseshoe Lake. A century ago, the Snowden family built their lives along these waters, a southern dynasty woven into the heart of Arkansas and Memphis. Brick by brick, they raised homes that whispered of lineage and legacy. At the center of it all stood the Snowden house, built 1919, a white columned mansion overlooking the water, its reflection glimmering like memory itself. Sara Sally Snowden McKay was born here, May 30th, 1921, the daughter of Robert Bogardus Snowden II and Grace Snowden. She grew up surrounded by history, the kind that never quite lets you go. In her youth, Sally was sharp, elegant, and ambitious. She became a certified public accountant, managing the family's land and estate business around Horseshoe Lake. After 2 marriages, the last to actor David McKay, she returned home after her father's death. Divorced, independent, and grounded in faith, she ran the property with quiet dignity. By the 1990s, the estate stood as a relic of old Arkansas, polished but aging, a place where the echoes of family dinners mingled with the hum of cicadas. Sally, 75, was the matriarch, strong-willed, respected, known for her grace and her heart, and she wasn't alone. Her nephew, Joseph Lee Baker Jr., born December 29, 1944, beloved teacher, blues guitarist, husband, father, to his students, Mr. Baker, to Memphis, Lee Baker and the Agitators, to Sally, family. But beneath the calm surface of Horseshoe Lake, something dark was already stirring. In August 1996, fire came for the first time. Lee Baker's home was set ablaze. Arson, rare guitars, cash, and memories turned to ash. Investigators saw a pattern of burglaries creeping around the lake. Sally worried, but no one could imagine what was coming next. September 10, 1996. Morning smoke rose from the White House by the water. Firefighters found more than flames. Sally McKay and Lee Baker shot before the fire was set. Drawers ransacked, jewelry missing. A burglary turned into a double murder. The killer was no stranger. A 16-year-old boy who lived nearby, someone the family had once helped. His mother, a housekeeper for the Snowdens. His name, Travis Sante Lewis. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder, avoiding the death penalty with 28 years in prison. Justice perhaps, but never peace. The Snowden house fell silent, the lake calmed, but it remembered. And years later, when forgiveness returned to its shores, the water and history would bear witness again. For decades, the Snowden house stood quiet. Its marble floors are cold. Its chandeliers gathered dust instead of light. The lake outside mirrored stillness and sorrow. Martha McKay left after her mother's murder. She couldn't bear the echo of her mother's footsteps in those halls, but the pool of home and of unfinished peace never left her. Martha believed in energy, that light could return to dark places. Friends called her spiritual, intuitive, drawn to meditation and forgiveness. She believed mercy could break the cycle of violence, even when it came to the boy who killed her mother. At 16, Travis Lewis had taken 2 lives, yet Martha wrote to him in prison, letters filled with grace, not rage. Years passed, he wrote back, promising he'd changed. When it came time for Travis to have a parole hearing, she wanted his release, while the rest of her family did not want him released. In 2018, after 23 years behind bars, Travis Lewis was paroled. He came home, to the same lake, the same soil, and Martha McKay welcomed him back. She gave him work at the family estate, yard care, repairs, the same grounds once sealed by grief. Neighbors and family members were stunned, but Martha only smiled. As devoted Buddhist, she believed forgiveness has to live somewhere, so why not here? For a while, peace returned. Weddings, laughter, candlelight, the Snowden house alive again. It seemed for a moment that love had conquered what hate destroyed. But mercy is fragile. Peace hides its cracks until they split open. By early 2020, Martha noticed small things missing. She accused Lewis of stealing $10,000 and fired him. March 25, 2020, 10:30 a.m. Deputies respond to an alarm at the Snowden house. The back door open. Inside, silence. A crash upstairs. Travis Lewis. He leaps from a window, runs for his car. Stuck in the mud, he bolts toward Horseshoe Lake instead, stripping as he runs. The same lake that had seen him as a boy now watched him flee as a killer again. He dove into the water and never resurfaced. Dive teams recovered his body within the hour. Toxicology later revealed methamphetamine, cocaine, and THC. Inside, deputies found Martha McKay at the top of the staircase, wrapped in a blanket, multiple stab wounds. 23 years after her mother's murder, forgiveness had brought the same man back to finish what he started. The story had come full circle. Mother and daughter, gone by the same hands. The lake that once reflected peace now carried the echo of mercy, twisted by evil. The lake still ripples, as if carrying whispers from the past. Forgiveness, faith, and the echo of a promise that never should have been broken. The Snowden house stands, but its silence tells the story now. A mother's kindness, a daughter's faith in redemption, and a man who mistook mercy for weakness. 2 generations gone, not by fate, but by the belief that love could tame evil. Martha McKay wanted to heal what violence destroyed. Instead, she became part of the same story she tried to rewrite. Her final act wasn't surrender. It was love, misled, but still pure. And that's what makes it so devastating. Because forgiveness is powerful, but it's not armor. It's a door left open. And sometimes, the wrong person walks through it. The waters of Horseshoe Lake hold all of it now. The fire, the mercy, the tragedy that came full circle. But maybe, somewhere beneath the reflection, there's still peace waiting to rise again. Forgiveness can break cycles, mend wounds, and free a heart from hate. But sometimes, it asks for more than it should. Sometimes, it blinds the very soul, which is meant to heal. Martha believed love could transform a man, that peace could replace the past. But forgiveness, when placed in the wrong hands, can become the final betrayal. So ask yourself, how far would you go to forgive someone who destroyed everything you love? Would you open your door? Would you let them back in? Or would you protect the peace you fought so hard to find? Because forgiveness is a gift, but sometimes The price is your life. This is Timeline Unfolded, where every story, every name, finds its truth. Please be sure to comment what stories you would like to hear and like and subscribe.